All right, guys, this is my update video for the month of May. And I want to try to put these out in the middle of the month from now on. Talk about a bunch of things in this video. First thing I want to talk about is shaving. I put out a video last month about this, and I wanted to address something, and I'm not going to get too lengthy into this one, but I kind of talked about, there were some guys that got busted shaving bats, and I asked you guys to confirm all this. I'm not blaming everybody, all you guys on this, but I guarantee there's somebody out there that knows. And Leroy kind of brought this up in his last, Leroy Dozel. He does a podcast every Friday, and I listen to him all the time that I could, when I could. And I'll get up there, and he was talking about, everybody knows that guy that shaves. There's somebody watching this video right now that knows somebody that shaves, but they're not going to call them out because they don't want to be that guy. They don't want to be that guy. And I know people that shave. Played against them, played with them. That's a long story. But I don't go around telling people, that guy right there. I put out, hey, there's two guys that I just heard got busted. One, the old scout, I guess. Something about it was on there, and this guy's not a senior, but he's a well-known softballer, and I don't want to know now, guys. I'm kind of pretty sure I know who it is, but he's a well-known softballer. Got videos out there of him hitting. He's out there quite a bit. And there's another person on the East Coast that got busted when I was in Florida that same weekend. And I asked you guys, anybody know anything about this? Let me know. I got zero contacts, zero DMs, messages, nothing. And people contact me, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my number's everywhere. But nobody wants to be that guy, and I don't want to be that guy because look at what I do. I got a platform, so a lot of people would take offense to that, I guess. It's almost like the steroid, and I talked about this before. It's kind of like the steroid era in baseball. Everybody knew they were doing it, but nobody would come up except for one guy come up and say anything about it. So and Leroy had said that, who's going to be that guy? Who's going to be that guy that, hey, we don't want to pick him up on our team because the fear of them exposing somebody on that team, and it would just be drama, and, it would affect the chemistry of the team. I think it would. So nobody, including me, wants to be that guy where people, I still want to play softball. I still want to play, competitive on good teams. And I think if I started talking about everything that I've heard through other people, because here's the deal, you guys that shave bats, people talk about you behind your back. You may think that you're getting away with it, but you're not. I'm telling you right now, if you're shaving a bat and you have told one person, or, people around you know a little bit about bats, and they kind of, hey, he's smaller than me and hitting the ball a lot further than me. People are going to talk about you. It's happening. So don't think that you're doing something illegal and getting away with it, because you're not. There are my membership, upcoming videos on my membership channel, Rolling Senior Softball Bats. There are a couple of videos up there on that membership channel. My behind the scenes raw. Now, what I'm going to do is I got a behind the scenes raw, and then I got a behind the scenes that I'm going to put on what you guys are watching right here that are not joined to that membership. You guys can see it, but it's going to be cut up a little bit more. The raw is going to be, everything's going to be left in there. Us talking about bats, maybe you guys can get some, on my membership channel, could get some knowledge about bats and what we think about them if it's flexing too much. I'm going to cut all that out of the regular behind the scenes. but the raw is going to be on the membership channel. Pitch selection, that's another one video I'm working on right now on why I think guys should not hit a strike all the time and hit balls around the plate. Makes you a better hitter. I'm going to explain that in there. Hitting with the wind, that'll be out on Monday. Hitting with the wind blowing on your face, because I'm a cutter, why I love hitting with the wind blowing in my face and on big fields. Wind coming in, the better, because I tend to, and I'll explain this. I already explained it in the video. It's going to be, I already got it out. I'm not out published, but it's going to be on that membership channel on Monday morning on why I love hitting with the wind blowing in. BP. Workout routines, I'm going to have what I'm going to do on that membership channel too, on that third tier. I'm going to put all of my workout routines on there. I've got a lot of them, and it's actually be photocopies of them. There's going to be pictures of them. So those are going to be out there starting on Wednesday. I'm going to put all those out there, and it's got three different. It's got 5-3, 5-3-1. It's got my personal one. And then it's got another one that is a bench press upper body workout routine that's freaking really good. And then the videos that you're going to see throughout the year are going to be videos on that workout routine. It's going to be videos of me performing those workouts and explaining to you hand position, elbow position, all that other stuff that I'm going to have in there. There's a video that I just put out on that channel about cutting the ball, tomahawking. On that membership channel, it's about tomahawk and how I think you guys starting right now, it's already up on that membership channel. And that one's going to be on the second tier. And it actually, because that's a kind of a tip on how to tomahawk and how to get used to tomahawking. I think a problem with a lot of you seniors out there is you go out there when you're hitting BP and just look for strikes. I tend to hit stuff, and that's how I learned this, hit stuff out of the strike zone, because nobody's going to feed you the ball in a game right down the middle every time. So I actually train on hitting balls. If you guys see behind the scenes, I don't let a lot of pitches go. I know that's like 2 feet short. What I practice on is hitting all the balls pitched to me if they're around the plate and even deep or low, and I try to do something with it. So that's already out there. It's going to be on the behind the membership channel. A lot of you guys have been asking me about cracking bats, and I see this everywhere. If you cracked this one yet, have you cracked, so I can pull it out of here. A lot of guys asking me about this bat right here. This is my backup to my gamer. 400 swings on this one. I've got 800 on my gamer. And that's not the gamer that I gave away, because I actually gave a bat away that actually had all the striations. Remember I did a video of all the striations in this bat? I was in Dallas and I gave it to somebody that was going to play right behind us. And he actually texted me, he said, that bat's hot as shit. Yeah, because it's broken. I had close to 950 swings on it. My gamer's in my bag. I kind of brought this one out to talk about it a little bit. A lot of you guys cracking these bats. I'm not going to say a lot of you guys. I've had probably 4 or 5 out of I don't know how many they've sold that actually has texted me. I cracked mine with a 75 swings. Guys, I don't know if you guys want me to comment on it, but I'll comment right now. I only have control of what's in my environment. I know we're not cracking any. Every one of my guys, 7 of them have one. 7 have one. All of my guys, damn near, have one of these bats, and they're swinging it. You can see it behind the scenes videos. They're swinging it. We have not cracked one. We have not cracked one, guys. And we're still hitting them. You can see behind the scenes. It's proof. That's how come I videotape everything, because you can see us hitting them behind the scenes. And it's our gamers. We usually hit them at the end of the BP. When we're out there hitting, we'll hit them at the end. Stay used to hitting it. Muscle memory, guys, remember. And we have not cracked any. I'm only in control of what's in my environment. I'm in control of how the bats are stored. I'm in control of the temperature that we hit in. I'm in control of the balls that we hit. So I don't know what you've done. I don't know if you're hitting waterlogged balls, mine or not. I don't know what the temperature is, what you stored that bat in. One of you guys said you hit it in D-bat. Well, you didn't. I'm going to bet you didn't hit D-bat balls, because those are like socks, Day-Night Dudleys from back in the 70s and 80s. The Day-Night Cork Center balls. That's what those balls feel like. So if you had to have been hitting. And then I asked one guy, what were you hitting? And he said rocks. And I'm like, dude, rocks are not 44, 375 compression. Just a little something you guys need to know. They're not. 44, 375. Those bottles are hot. I bet they're in the 400s, 450s. 44, 400, 44, 450. Somewhere around there. So we're not cracking bats. That, and another thing too, guys, we don't break bats in like you guys do. So what I want to do, I want to put out a video of us breaking bats in. We don't take 40 swings, 30 swings, 20 swings with a bat. We just pull out the wrapper. We take 10, and then I'll put it to the side, let it rest. So I want to explain how we do that in a video, because there's got to be a reason why we're not cracking bats. Well, for one, we live in South Texas too. You know, the weather here. But there's got to be a reason why, and I kind of want to put everything together. We're hitting good balls. We're not hitting waterlogged balls. We're not hitting balls that get damp. We're hitting a lot of spinners too. So what I wanted to do is put together a video on how we do it. You know, we let the bat rest. We hit it 10 times. When we first pull it out of the wrapper, we put it aside, grab something else and swing it. And we don't hit full 100% swings on any bat we take out of the wrapper. So there's a way we do it. And I'm gonna explain that in the video later on. Batches, a lot of you guys are talking to me, especially with this bat too, is the reason I have it out here. Guys are talking to me about, is the first batch as good as the second batch, third batch, fourth batch? Well, what they're doing with these bats, and I understand your concerns, is they're only ordering so many at a time because they don't want to order 1,000 of them and then they don't go over too good, and they got a warehouse full and they got to try to get rid of them. And so what a lot of these bat companies are doing is they're only ordering a few hundred at a time. And a lot of you guys concerned is, you know, because of what happened to Onyx last year, was the first batch going to be, is the second batch going to be as good as the first? You know, third as good as the first, fourth as good as the first. So what I did, this right here, it actually, yeah, this one right here is actually the last batch. This is I don't have the other one. I have one that's in the wrapper, but this is actually from the last batch. This is my backup, and it like I said, 400, 450 swings on it. It's good. This bat is as good as the first. So that's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys. A lot of you guys are getting way too into that, and I understand because of what happened in the past. But since I've been doing this, 2009 is when I first started doing this. There's always been a problem, not all the time, but the percentages were real low, kind of what they are now, right now, in batches. You know, something goes wrong, you know, with everything going on. I understand your concerns because of the way the economy is right now. Some people might take shortcuts and then get something different. And the batch might come out a little bit messed up, but I haven't seen anything on any of the bats that we've been swinging on any kind of batches being different, batches being hotter or not as hot. I don't know if I explained this in the last video, but I'll talk about it in this one. I'm gonna start doing girls senior ball because my wife is starting to play this year. I've got a few girls together that I used to coach years ago that are gonna start playing senior ball too. They're in their 50s. And I'm gonna start talking to the girls out there about what bats they should be swinging because, you know, I'm gonna pull out a bat right here. So this bat's a good bat. We just did the video on this bat. It's a 2-piece balanced bat. This bat's a good bat for guys. But if you put this bat in a girl's hand, you know, miles per hour on their bat speeds, 50, 60 miles an hour, it's not going to benefit as much as it would for the guys. So what I want to talk about in the girls video is what's bats are better for girls, because the bats that are great for the guys aren't necessarily as good for the girls. So a lot of you girls hear my videos, and you kind of go out and get my top 10. One of my top 10, and you're swinging it and you're going, oh, this bat sucks. Well, it has a lot to do with softness of the barrel, hardness of the barrel, your bat speed, everything else. So That is going to be, I'm going to start talking in my reviews. I'm going to start talking about girls, just like I do with the guys. You know, the guys with the miles per hour being this, you know, this bat would benefit you. You know, when you've got a higher bat, you know, bat speed, this bat would benefit you. So I'm going to do the same thing with the girls. Now, you girls, this bat's going to benefit you. That being said, I'm going to divide my top 10 up. And I'm going to have the top 10 for miles per hour from now on, you know, on you younger guys. And I'm going to probably do a 75, 80, I don't know yet. These are the top 10 for you. And then I'm going to do the 70 all the way down, miles per hour. These are going to be the bats for you. And then I'm going to have the women's over here. And these are going to be the bats for you that you can pick out of. And that video, I'm going to start working on that this week. It'll be on my website. So I'm going to divide my top 10 up, you know, so you actually, what you can have is you can have two top 10s. One's going to be for the more miles per hour. And I think because of all the technology going on nowadays, I'm going to have to get into this. And I might as well start it this week because you're going to have the top 10, 3 different top 10s. You know, 2 of them for seniors, men's, 1 for senior girls, women. And then you're going to have miles per hour. Because what's happening is, and I can see this, haven't heard too much of it, but I can see this, is a lot of you guys look at my top 10 if your miles per hour is not, you know, up there, like say in the 60s and 60s, 65, 70s, you're going to pick off that top 10 and you're going to grab that bat and swing it, and your opinion is going to change. It's not going to be my opinion of it. So what I'm going to have to start doing is dividing this up. It's going to be, you know, 75 plus miles per hour on my top 10. And then you're going to have your 75 minus miles per hour and another top 10 over here. I think that would benefit a lot of you guys out there that are looking for top tier bats. And then I'm going to have the women's over here. That'll all be on my website. I'm going out of town tonight. I'm going to go to the ranch. And I'm going to start cutting that up tonight on my website, and I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to kind of separate my top 10 and kind of pull them next to each other. I think what's hurting a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you seniors out there, and women too, is because women don't know. And I've got this phone call, I've got this text from women going, hey, what's the deal? You know, we need something for us because women's senior ball is getting bigger. So what I want to do is I kind of want to, it's going to be, my whole front page of my website is going to be this, but I'm going to change everything up where it's going to be the women's, what I think is better for you guys, you know, the minus 75 than the plus 75. And I think that'll benefit a lot better a lot of the seniors out there that are looking for bats, because I think a lot of you guys are going to get my top 3 or top 4 and you're taking it out and you got that 50, 60 mile an hour bat speed and you're going, it's not as good as you might say, but it has to do with bat speed. So that's going to be coming up within the next week or 2. All right, before I get into the bats, I want to talk about, I'm doing bats, I'm doing gloves, I'm doing balls on reviews too. I'm doing shirts, this one right here. It's funny because this is a review on this shirt. Guy's out of Canada. I'll post his website right up here above. And he sent me the shirts. I bought the shirts, okay? But I wanted to do a review on them and kind of talk about the quality of the shirt, what I think about it, how it fits, you know, because there are a lot of shirts that I get that don't fit me good, okay? This shirt fits me good. And I want to do the review on it. Well, he keeps contacting me and I'm ghosting him. I'm like, no, dude, that's not the way it works. I usually get your product, and what I'll do is, and I don't have it with me, I'll usually get your product and I'll start doing a review on it, and I don't want to talk to you. You know, even with bats, you know, somebody will say, how's it going? No, I don't do that. You send me the bat, I get it, I do the review on it, and I put out what I think about it or what we think about it. And usually when I say I mean we, all the guys. I just happen to say I a lot. So this sent me on this shirt, you know, I bought them, okay, from him. I happened to buy him about 2 months ago when he was slow, because he usually gets picked up during the beginning of the year because of softball and a lot of other stuff he does. So I got these shirts out and I only bought 12 of them. A lot of you guys ask me if they're for sale. These are the only ones I have. I only have 12. And I handed them out to the guys, 1 or 2, gave them to them. I only have like 2 left, and that's it. They're in the garage. I'm actually keeping them to the side. I might get some later on and maybe sell them on talk about my eBay channel too here in a minute. And I'll talk about that. about selling them on there, but I don't know yet. I want to check them out, see how they feel in the heat, and actually give you guys my opinion on it. But he keeps contacting me. Hey, is everything okay? You know, you mad at me? No, man. This is just how I do. And go into that. We did that glove balm, and I got it in my softball bag. Hold on right now. I just put this review out. We did this is glove balm. It's for your glove. And actually the guy said it makes our hands feel a lot better too. But Maven, this right here. Well, I did the review on it, and the guy, I don't know if he knew who I was, but he took the chance of putting it out there and giving it to me. You can tell we used that's on like 12 gloves, I think, 11 or 12 gloves right there. It's so good. All my guys want. He said, "Hey, can you get us some?" And for a bag, and I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll get you, as many as you want." They actually put an order, and every one of my guys ordered this stuff. Actually, is last week they ordered it. Well, this guy, he actually contacts me. He said, "Hey, I just want to send you some stuff," and I don't know if he knew who I was or how I do this, but I want to send you stuff. Hey, let me know what you think about it. Now this guy, and he texted me after I did the review on it, and he didn't actually try to contact me back and try to get a hold of me. But after I did the review on it, he said, "Hey, thanks a lot for what you do." Yada. I said, no, it wasn't me. It was you. Because here's the deal. I actually, when I put these reviews out, I actually just tell you what I think about them. You're the one that had the balls to send it to me. And you guys have watched my reviews for 13 years now, going to be 14 years now. You know I can be a dick sometimes on these people that send me this stuff, on these bats that get sent to me, and I'm going to go through a lot of these bats. You guys take that chance, and I said I could have ripped you, on it. I thought it sucked, but I didn't think it sucked. But you took the chance of sending it to me. It could have went either way. It could have went the other way. I could have got up there and said, "A piece of shit," So no, it's not me. I just actually talk about things that I think or we think that are really good, and we put it out there. But it could have went the other way. But we just got through doing the review on that. That's some good stuff right there. My guys actually, every one of them, it's so good. Every one of my guys ordered a can of this stuff. Now, talk about the bat reviews that are coming. The reviews on, we've got a lot of bats that came in. I'm gonna try to go through all of them and let you guys know. Like I talked about this right now. Starting right now is my gamer. Now I have swung another bat that I think is good. And guys were asking me when I hit on Thursday. Today is Sunday. And I kind of like this other bat too that I'm going to talk about later on in another video. We just finished the review on this bat right here. This is the two-piece balanced. It's actually got the markings on it. It is actually a production model, two-piece balanced. This bat is on eBay right now too, I think. This bat is on eBay. Yeah, I'm selling my stuff. I want to talk about that too. This is a 26 ounce. You can see the numbers on it right there. Two-piece balanced, 12-inch barrel that Onyx has out. What happens with these balanced bats that are coming out is, that they're made different. I think the first one that I saw do this was DeMarini with the Paul Sadler. They started going the other direction, like I talked about in that balance video, actually that video right there, where they're not loading the hands as much anymore on your balance bats. They're actually taken away from the end. So your hands are taken a little bit away from the hands and a lot away from the end to make it a different kind of balance bats. And I think it's the future of balance bats because, for one, it has that balance feel, but ups the performance on it a little bit. That's just us talking about it. But I think a lot of these balance bats that I'm going to be talking about are going in that direction, which is good for the balance people, the people out there that like swinging those balance bats. Short porch. Just got these the other day. I actually hit with these the other day. We're doing a review on these. The way I'm going to do, you got to do the ball reviews, you got to do the bat reviews, you got to do the glove reviews different, because what I'm going to do is get a couple of pair and I'm going to hand those out, because we got another glove company coming in and wants us to do a review on those, because we do hit a lot. We probably hit a lot more than the average person. I was talking to Mark Reeves about that the other day. He said, I don't think there's a YouTuber out there that hits as much as we do. And I agree with him. 3 times a week, twice a week. And we hit a lot, probably 150 balls. You know, I cut a lot of that stuff out. And we hit a lot of different bats. So we put a lot of wear and tear on the gloves that we hit. But what I want to do with this is basically how they fit in your hands. I like tighter gloves. I like very tight gloves. So it's hard to get on, and I've got to do all this just to get them in. And I don't like them to stick above my finger. I don't like to stick above my thumb. So we're going to critique the gloves that we get in our reviews. And I have 6 guys. I'm going to have 2, 2, 2, and then we're going to sit there and we're going to swing them. I do all the cutting up on the videos. I can count roughly around how many swings we're going to get on each glove before it tears up on you, or the wear and tear on the gloves, how many swings we get on it before if the palm goes out, because we do hold the bat in our palms. You can see a little worn spot right there. So basically that's how we're going to do the review on the gloves, how long they last, how they fit, and how, you know, you don't get any messing up on the hands, or if they get loose too. Another thing too is on the gloves, when they have that, I like when they have that leather. You see that? They only have the parts that bend. I like that because it actually holds. I don't like the backs that have all that mesh on the backs because they tend to slide in your hands a little bit too much, and I don't like that. I don't like a batting glove that's loose in my hands. Whew. Let me talk about bats here. And I'm gonna kind of go through this. I finished the reviews on this one. Will be out Monday, Tuesday on this one right here. That's a good bat, 12-inch. And I got a different category on that. I got 12-inch balance bats. They're not going to be in the balance department because it's a 12-inch. So 12-inch balance bats are going to be in a different category. That will be at the top. The Big Daddy. I finished this review on this bat. Not like the Big Daddy from last year. This is actually only made a few of these. The Autism series, they only made a few of these, and what they're going to do is they're going to take this and they're going to go with a white color after this, but it's going to be the same bat. I will be getting that bat to make sure it is, to double check to make sure it is this bat. This bat is a good bat. A lot of you older guys with that less bat speed will not like this bat. This is more directed to the 75 plus mile an hour bat speed. Okay, not the 75 mile an hour minus bat speed. So, but it is a good bat for you younger kids out there. This bat, I'll say this bat right here too. We just started. This is a 27 on this one. This is a 27 ounce, 13-inch 2-piece Onyx bat they just came out with. This bat is hot. The problem is I got sent this one. It's too heavy. It's 17.8 on the end and 8.6 on the hands. But if you pick it up, it doesn't feel that heavy. And if you guys watch the video, I'm gonna have a video out on this next week too, like a teaser video. It's my first where we're breaking the bat in. It gets there quick, guys. And this is one of those bats where you're gonna hit it about 20, 30 times and put it in your bag and it's your gamer. Don't take BP with it. If you do, get another one and take BP with it, because this bat is hot, like right out of the wrapper, and you just got to put it away. This is not a BP bat. And because of striations, there's striations all the way up and down this barrel. This is a top performing bat. I got a 26 that just came in yesterday, and I'm going to start swinging that next week. But I have a teaser video out on this one. That is a good bat, 13-inch Onyx. And I haven't actually measured the 26 ounce, but I do think they swing a little bit. It's supposed to be a half ounce a little, but I think it's a little bit more than a half ounce end load. Let me talk about Onyxes first, since I'm on the Onyx band here. This is I think it's a 13-inch. Nick Price right here. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I think it's a 13-inch barrel. But we're going to be swinging this bat next week. Let you guys know what we think about it. Same thin handle. Onyx has went to all the thin handles now. Like the Blake, when Blake came along last year and actually put in what his bat was going to be. And I think Onyx took that and ran with it. And he's run all of his bats with a thin handle on the bat. This is a 2-piece right here. I think that's a 13-inch barrel. If I get your name wrong, I'm sorry, but Pilar, that's his bat right here. And I think that's the same. It's a It's a 13 inch. And here's the deal, guys. I still put them in the wrapper. I still got my wrapper and I got the tape on them. I just got these in yesterday. I have not weighed them. I'll actually, when we're doing reviews on them or actually starting the review, I'll tell you what the weights are on these bats. And that way, give you a better idea of how the loads, because I don't ever go, if they tell me it's a half ounce, I don't do that. I weigh them myself and I'll let you guys know what I think. If it's a half ounce in load, quarter ounce in load, 3/4 ounce in load, or a full ounce in load, I'll let you guys know that, because what happens to these bat companies, they tend to actually just tell you what they want. And they send off for what we get back, it might be different. So what I do is I actually weigh them myself and I'll put that in the review on what I think they are truly. And I think, guys, yeah, those are 13-inch barrels. All those are 13-inch barrels. And those are the new Onyx that I have coming in. And I'll put this one up here too. I'm gonna do these next. And we have swung these. Little Mexican, you guys know what he did, right? And he changed something up. The reason I know he changed something up because they have SKU numbers. A lot of you guys say that I tweaked this, you know, like, okay, Leroy. I took this bat in, and I'm not accusing Leroy. I'm just telling you about all these bat guys, these have their bats. I took it in and tweaked it. You know, I've heard guys say that in the past, and I checked the bat. I said, well, it's the same freaking bat. But what I did with this bat is I swung it first, right? And this is a 26. The bat, I've swung, this is a new 26. I actually ordered an extra one for me. This is a 34-26, in weight 17, well, right here, 17.2, right here, and then 8.2 on the hands. Now there's two things he did different here. He put a little less handle weight in it. Whenever I was listening to Leroy, whenever he was developing this bat, this new 2.0 Little Mexican, he said that I tweaked it, you know, and I'm going like, okay, I've heard this shit before. I'm gonna test it out. Well, for one, I know when he did that, what he did was he moved the weight more toward the end. You got a little bit more barrel flex because you took that weight from here and you moved it to here, right? So you get a little bit more barrel flex on it, and it actually more of a sledge effect because it's moving that weight further out. So it, on your hands, it feels like right when I picked it up, I'm like, whoo! All right, this is gonna be good. The handle thickness is the same as the last one, but he said he tweaked the barrel a little bit. He did. And the reason I know this because I swung this bat. This bat is not like the first Little Mexican. It's different. I think it's a lot better, you know. I'm not saying a ton better. It's a little bit better. And on the last one, the old one, because I have it in the garage, the SKU numbers are different. So it does say 13-inch barrel on the SKU numbers, that whenever these bats are manufactured, they have SKU numbers on them, on the carbon and the flex and the handle. The SKU numbers on this bat is different than the SKU numbers on the old one. So there, I know he tweaked it. A lot of you guys don't know that, but like whenever I heard other bat companies talk about this, like this one's been tweaked, well, I always swing it first, put my bro science into it, and then I turn around and check the handle to see if the SKU numbers are the same. And a lot of these guys have the SKU numbers the same. And I know the bats because I've already swung it. No, it's the same bat, just painted over. This is not painted over. He just didn't move the end cap. He actually tweaked the barrel a little bit different is what he said. So he didn't lie about that. He did what he's talking about is the truth. And I like that shit when people get up there and they say, I tweaked this bat and it basically just to paint it over what you had fucking last year. I don't like that shit. This is not that shit. He actually was telling the truth. He did tweak it because the SKU numbers and the handle actually verified what I thought. That one's coming out. Very good bat, guys. You guys see me hitting the video. When I like a good bat, I'll show me hitting the video. That way you guys already know where it's gonna go in my top 5 or top 10. You already know that. So if somebody wants to, hey, this is not a bad deal if you get this bat. Make sure it's the one with the flat end, not the concave end. So that's the reason I do those little teaser videos. The Enforcer, Dennis Shrum. This bat right here, when I first started swinging it, I didn't get any of those warm, fuzzy feelings about it. It actually, if you look at, there's something they did different with this bat. This is a 16.9 on the end, and an 8.5 on the hand. So I picked it up. I'm going, okay, I've swung those bats in the past before. So this bat should swing, not, you know, pretty good, just like those. It does not. They did something with the weighting. It's got that end cap on it right now. They didn't tell me what they did to this bat, but there's something with the weight of this bat, the weight distribution, I should say, in this bat. That's not like any other bat I think I've swung in a long time. So it took a little bit for me to get used to it. I will tell you this, when you first start swinging it, you may not like it too much, but I actually put a video out on this too. When I got about 250 swings into it, it like turned into a monster. And I'm like, holy shit, this bat is opening up. You can see in the video. And the video won't be out till next week anyway, because I got to cut up all this other shit that I'm having. A bunch of teaser videos coming out in the next week. And then about 2 weeks, I'll have the review out on this bat right here. Maybe a week and a half, I'll have the review out on this bat right here. But guys, don't give up on this bat. It's weighted different than any other bat. It's a two-piece connection. And I think that it is a 13-inch barrel. No, might be bigger than that, guys. I really don't know. 13.5, maybe. But I thought Leroy was coming out with a 13 two-piece too in the next couple of months. But I can tell you that right now. Looks like a 13. And but it's the I think it's more geared toward your 75 plus mile an hour bat speed. Guys like taking a lot of BP. I think this bat is good for you. It just takes a little bit longer to get there. It's not one of those hot out of the wrapper bats. But guys, you know, like I said, 200, 250 swings, this bat turned into like hot as shit. One of my guys, Mark Reeves, loves it because he's got that 100 mile an hour bat speed. So he loves that bat. We got Short Porch, Johnny Dykes. This review will be out in the next couple of weeks too. The teaser video on this will be out this next week because I just cut those up a couple of days ago. This is a good bat. You guys got that 75 plus mile an hour bat speed, gonna love this bat. If you guys got that lower than 75 mile an hour bat speed, it's gonna take a little bit longer for you guys to get it there. This is more toward the higher bat speed guys. Basically, barrel's a little hard, flex, not bad. Like the flex in this bat. This is a 26 ounce. You got a 16.8 on the end, and you got an 8.7 on the hands. Short Porch always loads their hand weight, 8.2, on a lot of their bat, 8.2 to 8.8 is usually, depending on what size you get. So they usually load those hands pretty light. I love that a lot of these bat companies, probably these top tier bat companies, California Bat Company, Onyx, and Short Porch are loading the hands lighter. So they're actually getting it. They're getting on the movement, right? And then you have these other bat companies are keeping that hand weight pretty high and they're getting left behind. Guys, there's a reason for all that shit. This is a lot of people are asking about this, the Hangman Cell Block Short Porch. This is a two-piece 12-inch barrel. Yeah, I think it's a 12-inch barrel. This is a two-piece 12-inch barrel. Let me talk about this bat first. Very flexy in the hands. What I noticed that if your bat speed's above 75 mile an hour, you're gonna get some flex in his hands, right? And you're gonna mishit it. That's usually you can tell. When you know you got too much flex in the hands, guys, you're gonna start pushing it and you're gonna know that you mishit a lot of balls. You're hitting it back here. You may think you're hitting it like right in this area, but you're not. It's actually too much flex in the hands, or you'll top those balls and go around over the top. Usually when it's got too much flex, you won't get that ball that just flies out to the infield. You'll get that ball that you top it, right? That's how you can tell. I'm gonna do another video on that, on how I can explain if you got too much flex in your hands when you're swinging it, your miles per hour are too high, or you got that torque in that top hand, it's pushing it. Give you a prime example, Chino has a top hand where if you watch him swing, he pushes that top hand. So he could not handle a flexi handle bat. Mark Reeves the same way. Mark Reeves cannot handle a flexi hand bat because he's got just way too much bat speed. And what's it's gonna do, it's gonna flex too much and you're gonna find out you're not miscuing it, but you're mishitting the ball. And you feel like I hit that one on my hands. No, you didn't, you're just flexing that too much. This is gonna be for the 75 mile an hour minus guys. Barrel's a little hard, but we're getting it there. I think when you slow your swing down, and that's how come we can tell, you shouldn't have to slow your swing down. And we actually have to slow our swing down to actually see if the barrel can perform for us. So a lot of you guys out there, this is a good bat. It's just the handle flex is, I actually think it's more geared toward your 75 minus mile an hour bat speed. A lot of you older guys, 55, 60, 65, 70-year-old guys would love that bat. Barrel's not that soft. It hasn't got that soft yet. We're still going to put some more swings on it next week. Because what I usually do when we're doing these reviews is I kind of go in order, right? Right when I get there for these guys to swing, what I'll do is I said, okay, we need to finish the review on these bats. And then at the end of our fourth or fifth round, I want you to start breaking these other bats in. So these are the bats right here, you know, this one including. These are the bats right here that we're actually starting to break in. The little Mexican too, because, and then on the West Coast, on the Enforcer too, we're trying to break those bats in, and we're trying to get a few of the Onyx bats reviews out first. So there's kind of priority on these so I can get the review out. And then those other ones are going to move ahead of the line. And then I have the Onyx that are coming in. They're going to move them behind the line where we're going to have to start breaking those bats in and give you guys a review on it. Guys, help support my page by joining my membership channel. It's down below. Just click the button. By clicking on that membership channel, you actually, when you click on it, it's going to show you another different video on the different tiers and help support what I do here and what I love to do, so I don't have to get a job. Thanks, guys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I got a couple more here that I want you to take a look at. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button right down here below. And I also have a membership channel. It's that little join button that you have right down here. Click on it, and it actually has a small video in there that explains everything in the membership. Plus, it actually helps support what we do. Thanks, guys.